Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Modern Horizons 3 draft here on the channel. Huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for giving me a free preview account in this early access event so I can get this video recorded for you early. If you do enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. You can find my draft guide for this set already posted on my channel that will help you get ready. It's got top commons, archetype overviews, things like that. But we're going to dive into the pack. Tamiyo, Inquisitive Student, is an awesome card and one that we will pretty happily first pick, I think, out of this pack. If you play it on turn 1, it's just going to generate you a lot of clues. There's not many early creatures that can block a 0/3 flyer, and just getting to essentially get a bunch of clues and draw a bunch of extra cards is going to be really good. Flipping it, not necessarily a huge priority because the Planeswalker part isn't crazy good, but the creature itself is very good. Other cards in this pack that are great. Fanged Flames, really nice card. Deal 4 for 2 mana, exiling the creature, really nice. Tune the Narrative, really good. Fuels your energy engines, goes through your deck, helps you dig towards your good cards. That's a nice one as well. Voltstorm Angel, nice big flyer at the top end. Make some energy. I'm going to try to hover over the cards as much as possible, but there are so many to talk about that it's a little bit tricky sometimes. And then these lands are really good. I don't think this one's one of the better ones, but it's still great as a potential card advantage engine or a land early when you need that. We're going to take the Tamiyo, though. Okay. Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface. That's hilarious. Boggart Trawler, pretty solid card. It can be a 3/1 or a land. Don't love this card particularly well. Ghostfire Slice is really good, though. You can deal 4, and then sometimes you can cast this for 1. Also, just the fact that you can deal 4 to any target means you can sometimes burn out your opponents. What else is in this pack? There's Eldrazi Repurposer. I think this is a really good card. It just always gets you something useful. Like a 0/1 can be used to chump block, can be used to ramp, can be used for colorless mana. Overall, just a really nice card, and it gets you it when it dies, too. Mog Mob, pretty good if you're heavy red. You can't count on casting this on turn 3, but the fact that you get like to potentially get a 2-for-1 when it dies, pretty nice. And what else? There's these lands, which are pretty neat. I think here I'm going to take Ghostfire Slice over Boggart Trawler and Eldrazi Repurposer. I do think these lands are good, but I kind of like to know my colors a little bit more before I take them. Ugin's Labyrinth. You won't see this card passed much in paper because it's worth a lot of money. But it's not particularly great in draft. So if you like only care about draft on arena, then you don't really need to prioritize it. Galvanic Discharge is going to be my pick here. Really efficient removal spell, plays great with energy. Blue-red is an energy archetype, so you can really get some nice upside there. I also think that Wither in Bloom is pretty good. Nice little kill spell. You can also get some extra value with counters from the graveyard. Emissary of Soulfire is fine. 3 mana for a 1/4 blocks decently. When you put an Exalted counter on something, then it makes it so that your creatures attacking alone, they get buffed, so you can hold this guy back on blocks and still deal with some damage with evasive creatures. Don't love Junk Diver. I think Solstice Zealot is fine. Nyxborn Unicorn is okay. But Galvanic Discharge is going to be my pick here, pretty happily. Okay, so now we're seeing a little bit of green. There's Path to Annihilation, which can be used as kind of a ramp spell / Eldrazi Spawn Maker. Red-green does have an Eldrazi Spawn theme. There's also Wumpus Aberration. Generally just pretty good if you can cast it with colorless mana. 4 mana 6/6 trample is just huge. It's just about whether you can get that early colorless mana to make it work. There's also Wastecape Battle Mage. So you can play this as like a blue spell. That's just like using the bounce ability. Looks like we're seeing a bit of green here with this Colossal Dreadmask and this Basking Brood Scale, as well as these 2 uncommons. I'm not sure how good Path to Annihilation is. It feels a little bit weak to me because I don't really care about making 2 0/1s. But the fact that they ramp is nice. I think I'm just going to take the Basking Brood Scale over all these cards. Just give myself a little bit of a cheap green card. I'm very willing to move away from the Tamiyo if it's not looking like it's an open color combination for me. And I also like prioritizing these monocolored cards. Like you'll see a strong card like Ondu Knotmaster, 5th pick, and you're like, okay, white-black, maybe that's a direction I could go. But I like taking the monocolored cards because then they can combine in more ways. So here I could play like green-blue, green-red, blue-red, versus if I had like a green-red card or a blue-red card or something like that, it makes it harder to combine them. This card's okay if you're heavy black, but not really great outside of that. This card's mediocre. Don't love the Malevolent Rumble. I think Dog Umber is fine, and Demon Inferior is fine. And because I have the Tamiyo, I'm going to take the Demon Inferior here. Just a like solid little interactive spell that plays well with card draw. Okay, and now we see a couple of green cards again. There's the Dread Mask, and there is the Hydra Trainer. I think Dread Mask is really, really solid. I think Hydra Trainer is a little bit better. There's a 2-drop that can become a 3/3 pretty easily, and then potentially attack for huge chunks of damage. I think Thriving Skyclaw is fine, but not really a card I care about that much. A 4-mana 3/2 that's a little hard to cast with double red isn't my favorite. This card's mediocre. I think the Dread Mask would be my second pick out of this pack. The Hex Gold Slith is fine too. Okay, this pack is excellent, I think. There's a Horrific Assault, which I really like. There's Petrifying Meddler, which is another card I really like. Just tap something down, has reach, so it just blocks the game up. Furnace Hellkite's good in black-red, I think, but you don't get artifacts really outside of that. Similarly, this card's more of a black-red card, and the Inspired Inventor is really good. It could just be that people don't value this card as much as I do. Here, I think it's between the Horrific Assault and the Petrifying Meddler. And I think green has felt open, so I'm just going to take the green card here. If blue hasn't felt as open, I don't think people prioritize this card as much as I like it. But Horrific Assault's looking good. And now we can get Attune the Narrative. Another blue card. So we could potentially just go straight Teamer. This doesn't go Teamer, but if you are playing these kind of decks that might want to cast Eldrazi, you need to keep an eye out for lands that can tap for colorless. To maybe get some bonuses. I'm going to just take Tune the Narrative here. It plays well with Galvanic Discharge. I think Refurbished Familiar is a pretty solid card too. So maybe there was an artifact angle here somewhere. Here it's between this and the Dog Umbra. I don't think this card's particularly playable. You make some spawns, and then eventually it can become an 8/8 with Annihilator 2. That's a little bit tricky to facilitate though. I think I'll just take the opportunity to snipe a land here. And now I snipe another land. I don't think Sage of the Unknowable is particularly great. It can be used for colorless spells, which includes like Devoid spells like this guy. But I'm just going to keep taking some lands, see what I can see. I don't think I'm going to go for white. I'll just take the Sage of the Unknowable now. And overall, I think this deck is going pretty well. We've kind of been reading the signals. Ooh, Wastegate Battle Mage. I think I'll be able to play this. I don't think Barbarian Ring is particularly good. It's like nice to have the upside, but dealing a damage to yourself every time you tap a land for mana is pretty brutal. I don't think the Meteoric Mace is great. Okay, so we've kind of got a couple different paths we can go down. We're mostly just focused on playing a Teamer deck, though. And I don't know how much red we want. Maybe just a splash of red. This Mace is not a card I want to play. But we kind of have blue-green, red-blue. We've got our Tamiyo. Green seemed open. We could just play green-red, though. I think this card's fine. Each creature you spell has a merge equal to its mana cost. You can exile card. You may exile your hand if you do draw 3 cards. What else do I want in this pack? I mean, I kind of like Ghostfire Slice. I think Slice is probably just better than Heragast. But if I'm going to have some big creatures. Maybe I can get some red cards this pack. I kind of want to try Heragast. It's the early access event. It's a good chance to try out some cards. And blue didn't seem particularly open. Like, I think red-green is where I want to end up at this point. I just don't love a lot of the red cards at low rarities, but when you have some good ones, it's pretty okay. Let's look at our curve. Okay. This is a red-green land. I'm just going to take Stump Stomp, though. I think this card is fantastic. It's a red-green land or a really solid removal spell. There's also Worn Power Stone, which can be good. Etched Slith, which is good in like the black-red artifacts deck. Can even like mess with your opponent's stuff. Like you can like remove their energy counters and stuff. I think this card's also good, but Stump Stomp is really excellent here. I don't think Tamiyo is really splashable because you really want to just get it on turn 1 and start getting those clues. This card is the sort of thing that you could, like, play, though. Wastescape Battle Mage. This card's really cool. I love the, like, design of this card, because you kind of have to have a plan for it as soon as you're playing it. If you just play a 2-drop, if you just play this on turn 3 without a way to, like, immediately proliferate it, it's tough. But, like, if you can proliferate other things, it's pretty nice. Here we're going to take Kozilek's Unsealing. We kind of want to be playing big spells to go with this Haragast. And when we cast one with 7 or greater, we draw 3 cards, which plays really well with Haragast. And we are going to be looking for some big spells now to go with our cards. When we cast creatures with 4, 5, or 6, we can create some spawns. I'm pretty happy I took the Basking Brood scale over that other 4-drop enchantment. We'd rather have a, like, do nothing enchantment slot be this Kozilek's Unsealing, I think. Okay, so now there's Snapping Voidcraw, which is a really nice way to, like, ramp, get some card advantage. There's also this card. We got one of these, like, passed near us pretty late last time. But this is kind of hard to cast if we're playing, like, red-green base. And we kind of want to be red base if we're playing this guy. We want to be blue base for Tamiyo. Maybe we play blue-green base and then just hard cast this sometimes. We don't need to emerge it. Yeah, I think that's better. And now we get another blue-red land that can also get colorless for our guy. Or we could take the Dread Mask. Or this guy, I guess. I think Dread Mask is pretty good. But I really like the colorless card to not only fix my mana, but also just be colorless mana for the cards that I might need that for. Dread Mask is good, though. I think I might have some other expensive cards that I'm looking for, though. I like this card a lot. Ral in the Implicit Maze. There's also Malevolent Rumble, but I don't think I need to prioritize that at all. So we're still trying to figure out what our main colors are, I guess. Another red-blue land that can also be colorless. Deep Analysis. Pyro Surfer could be okay with some spawn tokens plus our fetch lands. I will take the Pyro Surfer, I think. We're leaning back towards playing, like, blue-red with a little bit of green, maybe. Well, Writhing Chrysalis is fantastic. Serum Visionary is definitely solid. And then Wumpus is fine. Between these two, even though we've kind of got this, like, blue-green, like this red-blue deck kind of coming back together, I think this card's just good enough to be worth taking here. This card's fantastic. Plays great with other Eldrazi things. Sure, we'll take the Combat Trick / Artifact Kill spell. I don't really want to play the Sage. Sure, we'll take random 2-drop. Yeah, we can extort, like, one of our Eldrazi spawns away. This is our red-green build. I don't think it's crazy good. So I think we're going to want to supplement it with these blue spells to some degree. Because we have a lot of good blue spells. We don't actually have a lot of green spells. Okay, this card is really good in our deck, potentially, if we wanted to play base green in some capacity. I don't think this card's crazy, it's fine. So we can investigate a bunch, get some clues. Rumble. What are my base colors? Kind of evenly distributed, green being the least. Though I don't love some of my red cards. I think I'm just going to try to go towards a blue-green deck. I think this card's really good. And now this card's excellent for me. Another big guy that I can emerge out. Trick works with Kozilek's Unsealing. I think I'm just going to rely on hard casting this guy. I just try to play a blue-green deck. This card's just great. I wouldn't mind playing Deep Analysis for some card draw, but now that I have 2 emerge guys, I kind of wish I had the 3-drop guy that was really good for sacrificing. I think I'll just take the Eldrazi Repurposer here, though. This card's excellent. Wouldn't mind a Wumpus. I wouldn't mind a Wumpus. This can get red mana. This can get green mana. So I have a little bit of a green splash going. A little bit of a red splash going. Like, I don't think splashing this would be that far out of bounds. Oh, beautiful. Love seeing this. It's all my colors. And colorless, so it's kind of all 4 of my colors. I wouldn't mind playing this either. But I like this a lot. Creature spell with mana value 7 or greater. I currently have 2 of those. Cast a spell on whatever it attacks, but a counter on each colorless creature. So I have colorless, 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 colorless. I have a lot of colorless creatures. But there's also this guy, which would be really nice. Yeah, I'm going to play this. I think it's worth splashing it. I think this card's really good if I remember reading it correctly when I was studying up this card. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. Whenever a land enters under your control, you can pay 1 and a green. If it's attached to a creature you control. If you do create a token to copy, if you didn't create a 1/1. This just seems really good to me. Like, obviously, this card's great with the Titan's Vanguard, but I really want to try that rare. For each colorless permanent you control, hexproof from each color, Annihilator 2. 8 mana is a lot, though. We'll just get a red-green land. I'll splash red for the Writhing Chrysalis as well. Beautiful. I was hoping to get one more big thing. I think this card's great, too. But now I have a 3rd card to go with the Kozilek's Unsealing. Okay, a blue-red. Instant or card with flash? 2. I have 2 instants. I'll just take the land then. Get another land. I think I can actually splash this Ral and the implicit thing now. And the Ghostfire Slice. Like, my mana's pretty good. Oh, also, I forgot to say, I'm going to be playing 5 games with this deck, unless I don't make it to 5 games, because that way I can maximize my time in the event. Try out as many decks as possible. This deck is interesting. I kind of had the option to go a number of different directions, but I think blue-green was a pretty solid spot to end up. So got mostly blue and green cards, which is ideal. Got these three big guys. Ral and the Implicit Maze I think I want to play. And then I can cut some of these other cards that are weaker, like Sage I can cut, and then one Tempest Harvester maybe. I'm really glad I have Stump Stomp to help me about flooding out, but not missing land drops still. I really want to try this card too. I don't know exactly how it works. I will admit, because I don't know if you get the 1/1 if the creature is just like on its own. Like if you didn't create a token this way, like I think land triggers. You can pay 1 and a green if it's attached to a creature you control. If you didn't, create a 1/1. So I get a 1/1 no matter what happens, I think. But we'll figure that out together. I think one Tempo Harvester is fine. I have a pretty sweet build here. Let's just double check my colors. I think 2 red for the Ral is all I need because I have essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red sources, 7, 8 red sources. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue sources. So 8 blue sources, 8 red sources, and then 6, 7, 8, 9 green sources. Perfect. We're going to make this guy our featured art. I'm a little bit... think my like 3-drops aren't really that good to sacrifice. So like emerging isn't really what I'm planning on doing a lot of the time with this guy. I'm just planning on casting him, I think. If I'd gotten that like Scry guy, I think I might have. But I'm pretty happy to have the Writhing Chrysalis. So I will see how this does, and I'll see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to take a moment to shout out the NicolaiBolas Patreon, where you can go to support the channel. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if you've been finding them entertaining, helpful, if they've been helping you have more fun playing Magic and helping you win more, or things like that, then Patreon is the place to go where you can contribute directly towards the channel and help me make more videos going forward. You also gain access to cool bonus content like my card-by-card draft tier list for Modern Horizons 3 and every other draft set that comes out, where I give my A through F grades on every card in the set as a nice bonus resource, as one of the ways I like to say thank you. Basically, Patreon is the place to go if you want to chip in and help the channel grow and thrive. I would like to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really does make a big difference. But without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round number 1. We can keep this. I'll just tune the narrative here. Tune the narrative is just nice to, like, I have very minor energy synergies with, like, one other card. I have card draw synergy with Tamiyo. These colorless lands are going to be okay for me. This thing's going to adapt next turn. They can kill this, though, if they want. Sure. This is going to get a red mana, and then I can cycle this one. Twisted Riddle Keeper will be interesting. Yeah. So now I can waste Escape Battle Mage for all of the value I want. And then I can emerge it potentially. And they can't even recast this. This is actually really good for me here. Because now they don't have colorless mana. Okay, they immediately get colorless mana again, but it was good play in theory. Yeah, Kozilek's Unsealing is pretty terrifying. Oh my gosh, immediate punished. Oh, if only I could have killed that guy. That's gonna hurt. This guy... This guy... Ugh, if I'd waited one turn, I would have gotten max value. But you live and you learn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that might lose me the game. Ugh. Kozilek's Unsealing if they draw a card here is pretty devastating. If they don't draw 3 cards with it, I don't have any answers left. Oh, that's really bad for me. They're getting some serious synergies rolling here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I can cast for 5. Still adapt this guy if I have a land. Kozilek's Unsealing is terrifying. Well, that's a great draw. So I cast this. And then I sacrifice 2 of the drones to 2 mana. Pay 2 for 4 mana. And then sacrifice. Okay. So I'm just going to play this. Because this will play really well with the Hydra Trainer too. Okay. I've kind of got all my cards on the table now here. This thing's going to do some work next turn. Because I can exert this guy to give target creature plus X number counters on permanents I control. And this thing has 3. This thing will have 2. So this thing will get another +5/+5. Sure. Wait, they didn't want to cast this? Huh. Definitely going to start looting. I will thin my deck slightly. I don't need multiple colorless manas in play. That's okay. I regret everything. I need to get my second red mana. What am I doing? Whoops. Okay. Oh, this includes lands. Oh my gosh, I did not realize. Oh my gosh, that is way better than I thought it was. I passed this card. Colorless permanent, including lands. Wow. And they drew 3. I'm going to lose. That was not a good timing for me. So they're going to make me sack 2 permanents. I think I can win this. My plan got shot in the foot when they gained like 8 life. Or 12 life, or whatever it was. Yep. Okay, Kozilek's Unsealing is completely bonkers, it feels like. Okay, they are completely comboing off. To be fair, I think this game was closer than it looks now. Because they've kind of turned a corner that I did not know existed when they gained 10 life or whatever. Lesson learned on this card, I did not think about lands at all. They've kind of got a whole engine going here. This game's just over. What really cost me the game was when I played Wastegate Battle Mage without getting value. If I had been able to kill this Kozilek's Unsealing, I think I would have been able to win this game. But Kozilek's Unsealing drawing them 3 cards just took over. Yep, I'm dead. Yeah. That was tough. Maybe I'm supposed to always hold the Wastegate Battle Mage. It felt like they were playing like colors that don't normally have enchantments. Like, I don't know. It felt like they were kind of like playing up like a blue-red deck or something that maybe doesn't have. I guess they had blue cards, they had colorless cards, they had red cards and black cards. Okay. This is a good hand, even though I can't do everything I want to on turn 1. I can't get my Tamiyo going quite yet. Because I don't have a turn 1 island. But that's okay. My deck doesn't have a lot of islands. Okay, they're playing forests, sure. Haunting me, this Wastegate Battle Mage. Haunted. I didn't have much to do else, and it felt like I was going to be able to cut them off of casting their guy. So I don't really regret the play. Artifact. So I do need to draw another one of my colorless lands for this to work out. But I have a lot of them.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
I must investigate this scroll further. Oh, wow. Oh, it doesn't kill Tamiyo, right? Nice. I thought it was going to kill Tamiyo. So it's just a 3-mana 3/4. That's fine. I can deal with that. Well, that was a killer top deck. All is going as I foresee. And then Ghostfire Slice is going to be able to take care of this guy. Oh, man. Kozilek's Unsealing is so good with Titan's Vanguard. Oh, that's such a sweet synergy. Okay. So my plan, I'm really excited to try this card, by the way, is to sacrifice a clue, dig for a land, and then I'll sack this afterwards for red mana. Beautiful. Now I could just cast this guy. Yeah, I'll cast that guy. Slightly more mana efficient. It's going to give me a couple of loots. And I kind of want to set up this Kozilek's Unsealing before I play Titan's Vanguard. I just didn't want to miss a land drop. And this kind of gives me 2 filters at it. Though currently all of my cards are pretty good. Okay. Just playing a 4/5, sure. This has reach. So I want to make sure I hit my land drop. I'm going to get rid of Ghostfire Slice. It can't kill the big guy. It can kill that guy, but I don't care about that right now. Okay. I think this is good. I think I can stack the cast triggers as long as I make sure this gameplay settings here. Don't auto-order triggered abilities. Perfect. What the heck does that do? I didn't even know that was a setting. They only have 2 cards in hand and I'm at 20, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Tamiyo's been really good for me here. Okay. And these lands are really good with the Springheart Nantuko as well. First, resolution orders to make the 2/1/1s. I don't have anything I want to loot away right now. That's a little sad. Maybe I do need to get a mountain with this. I kind of don't have a green source for this thing either. I want to be able to cast this, but I guess I can just hard cast that. That's a good draw. I'm going to draw 3 with this. Kozilek's Unsealing. Which will flip Tamiyo. You can then get back Ghost Fire Slice at some point. Okay, perfect.
I will protect this library with my life.
Okay, so I'm going to play land now so that this thing will be as good as possible. Combat. This card is ridiculous, it feels like. I am very impressed by Kozilek's Unsealing. Even more than I thought I would be. Like, this card looks good when you read it, and it's even better. So I'm going to just try this card out next. I'm going to bestow it onto my Twisted Riddle Keeper, play a land, and make another Twisted Riddle Keeper. I should have done this differently, but it should be fine. I could have, like, held up this to sack it for green just now. And then I still have plenty of fetch lands to do. Okay. Bestow onto this guy. I won't get the cast trigger because that's not how those things work. I'm just going to get another forest. I know I can't cast the Paragast. Currently. My current mana. Like for the emerge cost, at least. Yeah, Springheart Nantuko is about as good as I thought it would be here. Seems pretty unbeatable, almost.
Use your words.
That seems fine to me, and then I'll pass. These fetch lands are so sweet with some of the things you can do. Inspired Inventor, sure. Yep, that's a fair concession. Got him. Nice. Wow, that felt pretty dang excellent. Kozilek's Unsealing was really good. The fetch lanes were really good with the aura thing and my big creature. I think the big creatures are much more castable than they look in this format. Like, just hard casting them. I mean, emerging them is good too. I think my deck was weird because I was kind of like towing the line between all my colors, and I don't know if I would have been better suited just playing my colors like just a base 2 color thing, or if I'd been able to find one or really narrow in, because they all kind of felt open. Ah, we are playing against the opponent of culture. Another. Okay, keep this. This guy's pretty decent to sacrifice to emerge stuff. So this can give me green mana. Yeah. I'm going to try to save Stump Stomp, because this is like a good spell. This can't block. I can play this Eldrazi Repurposer the following turn. So they maybe have like an artifact theme here. This card's such a good combo with Writhing Chrysalis. Kind of like holding this in case I draw my Kozilek's card. Kozilek's so good. Okay, I don't think this card's particularly great. They reveal all lands. Like, it just seems a little bit derpy. I'm probably going to play Stump Stomp this turn. Okay, yeah, I will. Actually, I'll play this and this. I'll save Stump Stomp as long as possible. So the thing essentially attacks me for 2. Do I want to trade 3 for 2 here? I don't think so. My life total is a little bit lower than theirs. I'm about to do some really powerful stuff. And if I trade 3 for 2, they're going to hit me down to 15. They play another creature. I just want to get this guy down and get my combo rolling. I really like these lands. They're so cool. Like they're don't really mess up your curve. They're good in 2-color decks. They're good when you're splashing. They kind of incentivize splashing, but they're kind of like narrow in which they enable you to splash with. They make mana bases interesting. Big fan. Not to mention the colorless cards. I'm going to get a second red mana. I'm a little bit worried about my Hydra Trainer dying because it's pretty good now. But, like, I don't want to let them just jump block my guy for no reason. Stomp, stomp. Okay. Next turn I can cast Roundyard Lurker. Get another mountain. Cameo, nice to see you. 4, 5, 6, 7. You may be wondering why I'm doing this pre-combat, and it's because I'm probably going to exert the Hydra Trainer this turn. Or at least I'm going to attack with them all. So now they're going to have to jump block the Eldrazi Repurposer. This forces a jump block, which is nice. Because otherwise I can sacrifice the... Oh. Well, that kind of worked out. I figured they had some interaction. That's why I didn't go all out on Stump Stomp and stuff. Also, this can deal 4 to a player. Oh my gosh, I forgot that this thing was still attacking. Oh, that was terrible. I should have sacked my 2 guys. Whoops. Bad play, bad play. Getting them to 4 would have been way better. Another counter for my guy. It's kind of sad that I'm not gonna just win next turn with my Ghost Slice. That was bad. That was very bad. You have done a terrible thing. Oh gosh, I hope this card's bad because I just don't like the artwork. It's one of the few Magic arts that I just can't get behind. It's too freaky. Too freaky. No, my creature, my beautiful creature. Okay, so we're going to still win this, though. No, we're not. No, we're not. Oh, they get some 0-1s. Oh, this is brutal. If I lose this game, oh, it's going to be so sad. I had the win in my fingertips. I had it at my fingertips. And I just, I was like, oh, this guy's no longer attacking. Okay, so next turn I'll have enough to just attack with the Hydra Trainer, the Writhing Chrysalis, Exert, make a 0-1 very relevant. Might not have been worth exerting this guy. But I did want them to target something other than him. I can essentially kill something on their end step if they do play something. Sure. I don't want to have to use Stump Stomp, so I'm just going to do this. This creature's a 6/6. Hydra Trainer is doing major work. So they don't gain any life. Got him. Whew, nice win. Okay, another good one for the good guys. I think that's our third round, so we're 2-1. We lost that close first round where if we'd saved our like null kicker guy, we would have gotten him, and then we won our last two. So that's pretty cool. We're guaranteed to be able to make it to our 5 matches that I've set for myself, or 5 games. I think 5 games is a good amount. You get a good sense for the deck, but it also like doesn't necessarily take all the time in the world to play the game, so I can do as many different decks as possible in this event. Also, I really love this avatar, and I might actually get it when they come out because it's so cool. Okay, a chance for redemption with the Wastscape Battle Mage. I will wait. I'll wait. I'll wait for you, Wastscape. Okay, well, we're going to get blue mana pretty clearly here. Not the most mana efficient play in the world, but we're fine. Sure. Feeling less fine by the second, as they say. Double red feels a long way away, but if I can get that combo, oh, glorious day. Oh no. I'm not liking my chances here. This card hits like a truck. Ah! Uh-oh. I don't think Urza's Incubator is very playable, but we are still in deep, deep trouble. Aiming Eldrazi. Yep. Wait, it's symmetrical? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I'm saved! What the heck? It's symmetrical! What the heck? I will make a spawn token. Yes! Oh, I can even kill it so they don't get any value from it. Oh my gosh. If I draw a green source here, my hand is complete. Because I can then Wayscape Battle Mage. Come on, green source, you can do it. Oh, so close. So now they're going to get to cast their big Eldrazi. Bummer. A bummer. Oh my gosh. No! It would have been so sweet. Imagine I just killed their thing. Okay, well, mine was way better than theirs. Let's just be honest about that much. Okay. So I can now kill this. I don't even care about this thing. Just purely helps me. They have infinite mana already. Okay, now I have enough green, so I might as well get blue, right? I don't really want to cast this. Oh, that's going to be really, really interesting. Well, for starters, this is 4, 5, or 6. So I want to kill this thing, I think, still. Let's just dig a little deeper, see what we find. Well, that's excellent. Truly what we wanted there. I love Death Touch. And then we're just trying to get all our cards out so we can play this Heragast. I'm at 10, so I do need to be a little careful. I don't think they're going to see this double red spell coming. I can get colorless from other sources to cast this Battle Mage. Almost. I knew I had an extra red source, though, because I knew I had two. Wipe out all those spawns. Hey, this guy. I can kill this. I kind of like having it around, though. I kind of want to just kill their 1/3. Well. That's not great for me. Could say that that was poor timing. Wow. I don't know if I could have possibly fathomed a worse time to cast Ral in the Implicit Maze than right after they play their spawn game commander. That's a huge draw. Until the end of my next turn. Oh, right, they don't have colorless mana. Okay, that's fine. Exile my hand, draw 3 cards, and then draw 3 cards. I forgot about this thing almost. They're all spells. Now, this one I can't sacrifice, remember, because I don't have any more lands to go get with it. Oh, if only I could have cast that guy, too. Okay, that's pretty good here. Oh, synergy. Nice. Okay, let's just be careful here. Play this guy. Oh, and I get an extra one. Nice. Not having a land drop for this at the moment is a little bit irritating. Because I don't have any land to play. This is legendary, so I can't copy that, but I can copy the Writhing Chrysalis. So they have one random draw before they have their big draw. Okay, Daragaz down. I mean, Haragast, not Daragaz. That card's pretty neat. They killed my Tamia with it. Oh, that's going to be game, I think. I will bestow. I will copy the Writhing Chrysalis. I just give myself about a billion 2020s. I guess I could have killed the Baskin Root Wall in response. Because then I can sack 3 Eldrazi Scions to get rid of it. Hit him for 1 billion. Win the game! Nice. Oh my gosh, this deck is so satisfying. We've locked up another winning record. Nice. And we have 1 round to go. Excellent stuff. I'm excited. Let's see if we can rattle off a 4th consecutive win before calling it a day with this sweet Teamer deck. Oh gosh, it's cool how fast the queues are popping. I just get to keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. Okay, this is a good hand, I think. 7 minus 2 is 5. Cool forest art. I like this one too, but maybe I'll try out some of the other arts instead of just the default ones. So this thing costs 7 minus 2 is 5. And I can sack this to get into play next turn. I think I'm going to go for that, and then the Spring Heart and 2 go for the win. The classic high risk, high reward play. I'm going to play my forest here. Tap that guy that can tap for 2. And then I'll shut them off of green mana, because green seems to be a base color for them. This is high risk because it could easily backfire. But I just need to have 1 turn where they can't kill this. Very doable. Okay, so now it's all good no matter what happens. I've got another 5/5 flyer. And I've got my Ghostfire Slice. Things are looking up for the home team. Take me out to the crowd. Oh, they have a lot of mana this turn, though. A lot of mana. 4, 5, 6, 8 mana. I really don't like Corrupted Shapeshifter. I think this card is always going to be bad. Or, like, you cast it and, like, you get the best mode for the moment, which is still not great. Like, cast this guy on turn 4. That was sick. Oh, Twisted Riddle Keeper. Okay, that won't help. That certainly doesn't really do what they need. Oh, they're tapping that guy? Why not they're tapping my 6/6? Oh, they're trying to kill me. I am just going to go for the win here instead of just making like an extra guy. I mean, I'm going to make 1 extra guy. Ooh, got the win. I don't know why they didn't just let the spell resolve. Conceding was more clicks. Nice. What a win. This deck was sweet. 4-1. Very close in that other round, too. This was awesome. I really had a blast with this deck. I'm glad I got to try out all those cards. I mean, let's do some takeaways here. If you did make it all the way to the end of this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag TMerge in the comment section down below. That's a classic standard deck from Eldritch Moon Standard, and now we've got to do it in draft again. So hashtag TMerge to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Let's just look at some of the cards. I mean, Kozilek's Unsealing, fantastic. This card was really good for my opponents, really good for me. I loved this card. I also liked the Wastscape Battle Mage when I didn't just use it too early. Springheart and Antuco. I didn't really fully get to use the, I didn't use the ability without having it bestowed, so I don't know if it still works, but I'm pretty sure you get the 1/1s even if it's not bestowed. That makes the most sense to me. But somebody in the comments can answer that as well. The Utter Insignificance was pretty solid. Tameo did some stuff. The Galvanic Discharge was fantastic. The Writhing Chrysalis was awesome. This common is just juiced. It just does everything. I love it so much. Twisted Riddle Keeper was fantastic. And then just having some big guys to go with Kozilek's Unsealing was great. These lands, I mean, we had 7 colorless sources, which was really, really cool. It's way more than I thought I would have, but it really felt trivial to have colorless available for this Wastscape Battle Mage, and it really helped my 3-color deck come together. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I think I already said thanks to Wizards, but I'll just say thanks again. Thanks for the free preview account so I could make this video early, and I hope all of you folks enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.